So now we have our steps. So to draw a grid, make your equivalent fractions using the least common multiple of the denominators, which was 12 in this case, and multiply the new equivalent fractions. So let's put that example down in our notes from your book. So we had 3/4 is equal to 9/12, and 2/3 was equal to 8/12. Okay, and then your textbook, you had your picture. You could just draw a regular box. You don't have to fill in all the squares, just so you have a picture, an idea. Okay, and so then area will be to do now the length times the width, which is 8/12 times 9/12. Okay, and then we're back to how you do your regular fractions. 8 times 9, multiplying fractions, is 72, and 12 times 12 is 144. And then naturally your last step is to simplify. And when we simplify this down, you divide top and bottom by 72, and you get 1/2. Okay, and then if you refer back to your picture, you can see that half of your tiles are shaded in. That is one way in which you can solve the area. Again, by drawing the grid, make your equivalent fractions, and then multiply your new fractions. And following your same steps for multiplying fractions, numerators multiplied first, denominators second. Okay, at this point, if you have any questions, please stop the tape or pause it for yourself and write down any questions you may have. Okay, moving along to the top of page 287, you have another way up there. I do not expect you to copy this one into your notes, but you may have that option. Let's just work through it together. It says, draw Jenny's garden as part of a square yard. Each small rectangle represents 1/12 of a square yard. So again, they're just taking the same problems and working on a smaller scale. Jenny's garden is 6/12, which is equal to a half a square yard. And there you saw they did the 2/3 times the 3/4, and they shaded in half, which is 6 out of the 12. That's a very similar way to our first way, which you could refer and use to if you wish. The last way, which is the another way, is the way you guys will probably most use, because I'm pretty sure we're already looking at that picture and trying to do the long grids. You might not want to. So let's look at your another way, which we're going to put on our notes as B, and we're going to label it last way. So go and label B and put last way on there. Okay, letter B and put last way. So you have your choices. You have the first way with drawing a grid, and then this another way, or the last way here, is to multiply to find the area of the garden. Okay, so last way, multiply to find the area. Okay, so you will see there at the top of page 287 that they have A equals L times W. So put in your example here so we understand that. Let's write it out fully. Area equals length times width. Then underneath there, because A, L, and W, then underneath there put A equals L times W. So we understand what the letters are representing. So in this case then, let's copy the example from the book. We're going to do 3/4 times 2/3. So A equals 3/4 times 2/3. And we do our normal steps. Multiply numerators first. 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 3 is 12. And then we simplify. You find your greatest common factor here, and that is 6. So we will divide top and bottom by 6. And 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So our final answer, the area here, will be half. At this point, if you have any questions, take a second to write them down. And then don't forget as well, after we put our half, we need to put our label, which is square yards. Okay, if there's any questions, please write them down.